Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today. And before we start, I'd like to pay my respects to Black the Ripper. Happy 420 to anyone celebrating. Black the Ripper was a big advocate for 420. And I also found out through his best friend that he was a big fan of the channel too. And we're definitely going to ensure that his memory lives on in whatever way that we can in the future. So my respects to him, his family and his 2 children as well, because he had a 4-month-old child. So my condolences to all his family as well. Currently in the UK we are on lockdown. As you can imagine, a lot of news is related to lockdown, so I thought we'd cover some of that in this video. And there's been several incidents of people spitting in the face of police officers, and the courts are definitely clamping down on this. They're giving people prison sentences. West Midlands police have issued footage of them arresting people who were threatening to spit in their face. It comes as 3 men are jailed for coughing, spitting or threatening to infect people with COVID-19. On Monday the 6th of April at Warwick Crown Court, they gave the clearest indication that the callous crime would not be tolerated. They jailed a teenager for 6 months. The judge on the case told Thomas Wilson he should be thoroughly ashamed of himself after the 19-year-old threatened to spit in the face of a female officer as she detained him over an alleged road rage incident in Coventry. Officers arrested him at 12:30 p.m. on the 31st of March in London Road, Coventry, after it was claimed that he spat at a lorry driver and brandished an axe during an altercation on Brinklow Road. He resisted arrest and suggested he had COVID-19 symptoms before threatening to cough and spit at a police officer. Wilson from Binley was charged with a public order offence, assault by spitting at a police officer and assault by assaulting an emergency service worker. Most charges were deferred to be dealt with at a later date, but the judge jailed Wilson after he admitted spitting, saying it was necessary to do so to send out a clear message. The court will not hesitate to support officers as they go about their business and protect others by imposing swift punishment. In the front line during this COVID-19 crisis, the emergency services deserve and will have the proper respect from the courts. On the same day, Bevan Burke, he's from the Birmingham area, the Northfield area, he stormed into Allenscroft post office and spat at the face of the owner of the shop, I can only assume. He said he had corona. He'd previously been banned from this shop for shoplifting. He told them they're going to die, and having been told that he was barred from the shop. Officers identified Burke as the offender and arrested him later that day from his home in the Northfield area. They found him hiding in a cupboard. While being transported by police to custody, the 22-year-old began coughing and blowing towards police officers and said, "I've got confirmed coronavirus and now you've got it. I hope you and your family die," he said. He was jailed for 42 weeks at Birmingham Crown Court after admitting assaulting emergency workers and the shopkeeper, plus shoplifting at the convenience store on the 10th of January previously. Grime MC JK said that he'd previously met Bevan Burke. He shared it with Alan, and this was actually shared online, and he said about a previous experience knowing Bevan Burke.
Yeah, for years, bruv. Man ain't seen this geezer, yeah. That's the geezer who ate shit and said it tastes like strawberries, bruv, yeah. Man just got 42 weeks for spitting at Fed saying he's got coronavirus, fam. It's the first time I've seen him since, fam. Fuck it.
I'll start coughing all your face. He's got no respect for anyone, him there. He's going to get corona and die.
That's the thing that's got you in this position, isn't it? Stop doing that.
What? What? Having corona?
Doing behaviour like that. I swear to God.
I have got it. Ask the doctors.
Look that way. I swear to God.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, you've got corona now then. Yeah, you're going to have that now.
In another incident, Anthony Evans, who was 54 years old, was given a prison sentence on Monday for spitting in the face of a police officer in Birmingham city centre. Officers attended a petrol station on Corporation Street at 9:45, following reports of a drunk man causing issues and pouring fuel on the floor. Anthony Evans, of no fixed address but originally from Atherstone in Warwickshire, tried kicking at them, but they detained him and he spat in the officer's face. He was jailed for 15 weeks at Birmingham Crown Court. So this is really sad to see so many people losing their freedom and potentially affecting the rest of their lives due to this whole situation, and deciding that, or thinking that it's a good idea to try and assault a police officer with the claim of COVID-19. It's not going to get you off with a fine. It's going to get you sent to prison. So just don't do it. In some other news as well, Birmingham newspaper The Live said that drug dealers are sticking out like a sore thumb during the lockdown. Officers have made a lot of arrests due to the lockdown, and they're taking advantage of it. They said that there's been a decrease in the availability of drugs and in reduction of the purity. The rail network, normally a key part of County Line's model, is now being avoided in favour of the roads. As a result, Sussex police are out patrolling in hunt for drug dealers, using them to peddle their deadly products.
Enforcement action, which would be dispersing people from the area or potentially fining them, but that is a last resort.
In one recent video that emerged during the research for this video, it shows police actually approaching a family that's having their dinner on their driveway. It seems a bit unusual, of course, but in the given time, you're going to see a lot of unusual things going on. People are going to be around their houses a lot more. They may be sitting on their front drive because it's the only place you can legally be is on your property. But the police seem to have approached this family and told them to go inside. Understandably, if there was obstructing the road, if it was a busy main road, then fair enough. But with everybody inside anyway, having your dinner on your front garden, it doesn't really hurt anybody.
Sorry? What a report. You know the situation at the moment. Everyone's meant to be in the houses. What's going on here then?
So it does show again another example of how police sometimes are getting carried away with the implementation of some of these new laws. And I don't want to see people going to prison over something so avoidable. So I know we've got at least another 3 weeks of this lockdown to go, and it's not looking good. Obviously, everybody wants to go out. We're going to potentially have another month of this. So we do need to keep supporting each other and making sure that we're staying focused on what we're going to do when this is all over. So I'm going to ensure that I try to provide you with some more content as well over the coming weeks. So please go and check out everything that I've done in the last week. Thank you for 200,000 views in 2 days on the Robbie Lawler documentary. So I'd really appreciate it if you went and watched that, and also join us on Instagram as well, and you can tweet us stories and questions. Please don't forget that as well. So I really appreciate you joining me. Rest in peace, blacks, and happy 420. Peace.